It's now early autumn time here in England. It's a beautiful time of year, and as the real heat has gone out of the sunshine now, we can begin to start work on some conifers. This is not a good idea to try and work most conifers during the summer when they're pumping lots of sap and creating lots of growth, but most of these trees here now have begun to settle down in preparation for the winter, and so now is the time that we can begin to work on them safely without any fear or risk of stressing the tree unduly, losing branches and so on. This is Taxus baccata. Originally this was a nursery tree. It's grown for hedging, and the previous owner had attempted to style it in an upright fashion, and when I bought it, it was still in its nursery pot. Later on, when we came to repot the tree, we cleaned off the soil and we found, as is often the case with these types of material, two sets of roots. We had the original roots on the surface of the soil that the previous owner had tried to incorporate as a nabari, and then we had another set of roots further down which really we couldn't get rid of. Those roots were the bulk of what the tree was living on. The best solution we could come up with was to pitch this tree over onto its side and expose all this root. And as we go through the next couple of days, you're going to see what we're going to be able to do with this. This tree has now been in this pot for 2 years. 2 years ago we completely washed all the original soil off, turned it to the new inclination, and have allowed it the subsequent 2 growing seasons to absolutely fill this pot with root. This is jam-packed with root now, and it really does take some watering in the summer when the weather's warm. The tree has grown profusely. We've cut it back twice, so we've got nice tight compact foliage and good woody branches underneath, and that's important with yews because if we're wiring green shoots, they'll never stay put. By wiring the thicker woody shoots, the wire generally after about 9 months will hold those branches in position, and then we won't need to continually wire and rewire. The first thing we do with the Taxus in preparing it for styling is to remove all the needles from the lignified growth. That is the growth that's turned brown, it's turned woody, and it's hard, because those are the areas that we're going to wire. And also, by removing the needles and then in the spring pinching the new growing tips, that encourages lots of back budding all down these brown lignified branches, and as a consequence the back budding produces lots of compact foliage, and of course that enables us in time to prune the ends of the branch back in favour of the inner growth, and that helps us to keep the tree nice and compact and tight for the future. Also, removing these needles makes the wiring much easier because we're not going to be squashing the leaves against the branches, which would invariably die, go brown and look a real mess. So the first thing to do is to clean all of these branches back. Once we've done that, we'll then shorten some of the ends where we've got some long, thin, leggy stuff, and once that's all done, then we can begin to wire this tree.